Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Mount Diablo Virtual College Fair. Sorry, I was about a minute late. We were just having some technical difficulties on our end. I'm just going to wait a minute or so to start letting some participants join the room. And while I do that, I'm just going to go over a few housekeeping notes for everybody so you know how this is going to work. Just so for participants, you do have a Q&A button on your screen to type your questions to our presenters at any time. Your camera and microphone are off, so the panelists cannot see or hear you. However, they will be presenting to you so you can hear them and see their screens and whatnot. This is one of many different sessions going on right now. We had some before and we'll have some after this. So if you want to sign up for more, feel free to do that. And this video is being recorded and will be available within about a week at the same website that you registered for. So I'm going to stop sharing my screen, and our order is a little bit different, but I'm going to start with Verto Education, and they will be our first presenter.
Right, thanks so much. Thank you for everyone who showed up for this. This is great. I see there's 16 people. I wish I could see all your faces and, and learn about you in person, but this is the world we live in now. So I'm going to say the line that you're all sick of hearing, which is I'm going to share my screen. And I'm sick of saying that, but that is where we are. So, okay. All right. So for you 16 who are here, if you're somebody who has ever thought about college, or you're not quite sure where to go, or you're somebody who's interested in world travel, with Verto Education, you're able to travel the world to start college. So if you ever thought about studying abroad, this is a great opportunity. One thing we've done that's, I think, very unique is allow students through Verto to not only study abroad, but also apply to many different universities with an advantage in admission. So again, if you're somebody who's thinking about college, if you're not sure if it's right for you, we'll talk about how Verto is an advantage in admission to great schools and how you can travel to start your college career, which is super just beneficial and impactful. And you know, all my incredible panelists know that world travel is a really great way to learn, and they do some of that for their with their careers for sure. So what do students do with Verto? They spend their first semester of college traveling the world, or their first full year if they want. Every semester students travel on with Verto. They'll earn 16 credits per semester. Depending on the location they choose, the experience looks really different. So if you're someone who's like, I want a huge urban environment in Europe, I would love to see Spain or Madrid and really just have the freedom to explore a city, we have options like that. If you're someone who's like, I want a more off the beaten path experience, I want to see what another country is like from the perspective of local communities, we have options that take you to places that are unknown to tourists in areas around the world, which we'll look at. So that's the general structure. The way that I like to think about Verto is that we're a direct application to 50 universities. We have partner schools. We also help students transfer Verto credits to non-partner schools too, or community colleges even. We have students who don't even go to college. That's okay too. But if you'd like to apply through Verto to our partner schools, we'll look at them in a second. It's a free application, and it does give you a huge advantage in admission. So students receive a joint admission decision if they apply to partner schools through Verto. We'll say, congratulations, Joey, you're going to Latin America, you're studying abroad there your first semester, you also got into the University of Oregon, or you also got into William & Mary or somewhere like that. Students enter campus as a second semester freshman or a sophomore, depending on how many semesters they choose. So the idea there is not to fall behind on your graduation timeline, but still get this incredible immersive travel experience. And we're not a gap year. We get confused as a gap year all the time, which I think maybe is why I'm in this panel, but that's okay. We're not a gap year. This is a college program and a college application. I love to get to know students. We only have 6 minutes, so we won't go through that right now. Okay, so let's talk about the different semesters and where students can go. We'll start with London. If you are someone who's thinking about maybe going into business, history, politics, even economics, London's a great place to be. Our students have a ton of access to really great guest speakers and international students and all these cool resources to experience London. I'm not going to go into too many details. So this is London in a nutshell, because we got 6 minutes here. Milan in Italy, if you're a visual person, if you're an artist, creative thinker, a deep thinker, Milan's a great semester we have going on. You're studying philosophy, development, and art history. And you know, Milan is the best place to be in the world for those things. It's the birthplace of those things. Also carbs, because it's Italy. So that's where my mind goes, pizza and pasta. Anyway, Madrid in Spain, world capital of Spain. Somebody described Madrid to me today in a really interesting way. They were like, if you are interested in a big city environment, but you also want this tropical overall environment, Madrid's a great place to be. And there are really cool things all over the city in terms of like UNESCO sites and markets and all of this. But our particular subjects in Madrid, Spanish language, anthropology, economics, history, a lot of varied subjects there. So if you don't know what you want to study, this is a great option for you. Flying through these, I'm so sorry. This is info overload here. We'll talk about field semesters now. So remember, these are different than Europe, and that students are really traveling heavily throughout regions around the world. So in Hawaii, this is one option for a semester. If you see those courses, anthropology, identity, environmental sciences, those correspond with a different location within Hawaii. So what does that look like? You'll start on the Big Island studying anthropology. You'll move after 1 month in the semester to the west side to look at sociology. You'll finish out your semester on Maui doing conservation work with national park rangers. So the idea there, again, guys, really immersing yourself in the place you're in, but still earning college credit. Keep in mind, all these semesters are fully accredited, and we'll talk about that. This is an example of one of our base houses in Hawaii where you would spend the semester. Beautiful, incredible. Okay, next field semester, Latin America, you'd be in 2 countries, Costa Rica, the Dominican Republic. You'd be looking at global health. If you're someone who's thinking about something in the health sciences, health fields, that whole world, this is a cool semester. We do stuff with like access to clean water with communities and stay in villages and really just learn what public health looks like from a Dominican Republic perspective. Cool semester, Latin America, 2 countries. Yeah, beautiful. We've done sea turtle conservation as well. So they're adorable, as you can see. Last field semester, South Pacific, 3 countries, Fiji, New Zealand, Australia. You study anthropology on Fiji, doing ethnographic studies in these like highland villages. They're beautiful. After 1 month, you go to New Zealand to study sociology. We do a lot of work with the Maori culture. So the guys who do the haka, Dwayne Johnson, The Rock, I think that's his ethnic background, if that helps put it into context. Then you finish your semester in Australia, specifically looking at species conservation. And we do work with the Australian Zoo. So if you're an animal lover, great semester here. Beautiful South Pacific. I'll send you guys, or I'll send the fair organizers these videos if you want. These are really cool. Okay, partner colleges. If you're thinking about partner schools, if you're thinking about a 4-year university, this is a great opportunity. How this works is students apply to any of our partner colleges. It's a free application. If you're interested in like University of Oregon or any of these schools here, you don't need to apply to the school separately. You only need to apply through Verto. Once again, it's not going to cost you anything. Oh, I'm getting the bell. Great pipeline to really good universities. Just remember that right now. I want to touch quickly on affordability. We have incredible scholarship opportunities going on. For low-income students or students who earn less than $125,000 a year, we have $10,000 grant, $5,000 grants going on. Our partner schools prioritize students for scholarships. So traveling, college admission, affordability, those are the 3 big pillars to Verto Education. My email is josh@vertoeducation.org if you want to get in touch directly. If not, that's okay. Thanks for your time. I'm going to pass it over to our next presenter here. Hope I didn't go too much over there.
Great. Thank you, Josh. So again, with our adjusted schedule, I am going to pass it over now to the Universal Technical Institute.
Thank you. So is that visible?
Not yet.
Not yet. Okay. So where's my share square? There we go. Okay. How about that?
Yep, it is just popped up.
Hi, everybody. Thank you for coming to this event tonight. I think it's really kind of cool that in the coronavirus and this time of our life that we're still able to do this thanks to technology. Really what I think the purpose of tonight's event is to create the life that you've imagined. I mean, I would hope that all of you young folks that are attending this virtual career fair are starting to think down the road. What do you want to be doing when you're 23 or 24? What kind of education do you want to get? Because I'm a believer in my old age of that what is needed to be successful in America is education. It doesn't have to be a 4-year college. There are many different ways to be successful. And so I think that creating using your imagination, where do you want to be? So I do want you to know some things about UTI, that we're 55 years old, and we have 12 campuses nationwide, 11,000 students. The closest campus to everybody on this meeting today is in Sacramento, where we have 1,000 students. The subjects that we teach aren't global economics. They're not English and history. Our programs consist of automotive technology, where students work on foreign and American cars. We have a NASCAR program for those of you who may be into high performance and have a dream about working on a pit crew. We have a diesel program. And remember, big, heavy diesel trucks deliver supplies to hospitals and food to grocery stores. So we have just been designated by the CDC and the state of California as an essential school. We are fully open. Now, everybody has to wear a mask and all of that stuff, but we have a collision program. We have a welding program, motorcycles if you wanted to work on Harleys. We even have a program where you can work on boats if you wanted to. I think one of the really important things to think about if you're going to spend time in college or wherever you go after high school, that there are jobs at the end of it. And we're very proud to say that these are the companies who hire our students. So anybody who's watching right now who has a desire to go to work for perhaps BMW or Toyota or Harley Davidson or Porsche, we have many students that end up working for these companies. That's our goal. So, and if you look at this, it kind of relates to what everybody's going to say. Every inch on that tape measure is a year of your life. Most people on this call, you're down in here. You have all this to do. And I think all of the presenters today will tell you that what you do in this period of time is going to dictate where you live and who you hang with and what you do. So I think the next few years are very important. Your choices are vast but limited at the same time. Yes, you could go to college for 4 to 6 years. You certainly could go in the military, which is something that I respect because it's the reason we're free. So, you know, on-the-job training is very difficult to get these days. Community college is close to home. Skills-based training is what UTI does. We ask our students to choose a skill that you want to learn, and that's what we teach. I also think that doing something that you're going to love doing every day is important. When the alarm clock goes off in the morning, do you enjoy going where you're going? You know, I hate to admit it, but I've been working for 55 years. And I'm not working another 55 years, but most of you on this call will be working for the next 30 to 50 years of your life. So I think that doing something you enjoy is really important. Again, these are the companies that hire our students. For those who may be interested, well, what does this school look like? This is the environment that you are in. So we don't write papers about the French Revolution. We teach people how to work on cars and trucks and bikes and boats. We have a welding program, and our facilities are tremendous. This is the one in Sacramento, and this is the lobby. This goes back currently 3 city blocks. And so, you know, that's what we do at UTI. I certainly appreciate, if anybody has any questions for me, fire away. I'll probably get to them later. I do want to show you this. So if you're interested and you're a young person, you know how to do this. Hold your phone up there and it gives you, it puts you an application form. It's not an application form, it's an information card. It comes directly to me.
Hey, Len.
Yes.
Sorry to cut you off. Are you trying to share a QR code?
Yes. Did it not come up?
Yeah, it didn't come up. So what you'll want to do is just end this current share screen.
Okay. Stop share there.
And then go to share screen again. And one of the options should be the QR code.
Very good. I appreciate that. And I should have known that. Thank you.
No
I should have known that by now. Folks, if you're interested in getting some information in the mail, you know what to do with the QR code. If you're a young person, just hold your camera up to that and your name will come directly to me. So I appreciate, and if you have any questions, take a photograph of this thing too, because it's got my name and my cell phone. I appreciate the time and the opportunity to speak to everybody today. So thank you very much. How do I get out of this? Stop share, right? Is it stopped already?
Yep. There you go.
Okay, cool.
Thank you, Len. So now we will move on to Air Force ROTC. Sorry, you're just still on mute.
Thank you. Good evening, everyone. Thanks for joining us. So I am Second Lieutenant Macy Tycho Gonzalez. I am an Air Force ROTC Scholarships and Admissions Advisor. Today I'll be doing a brief presentation about all the scholarships and opportunities that Air Force ROTC has. I'll have my coworker, Second Lieutenant David Cruz, who'll be working the chat box if anyone has any questions throughout the presentation. So a quick agenda, I'm going to go about you and about us. What is Air Force ROTC? A very brief program overview, and what does this program have to offer? And then we'll go into resources and questions very briefly at the end of all the presentations today. So about you, this is something that we do really briefly. If anyone wants to take a picture of that QR code, you can totally submit something similar to what Lynn had mentioned. This just helps us get to know our audience. So I'm going to go ahead and press forward. About myself, so I'm actually from Memphis, Tennessee. That's where I was born and raised. I moved to Southern California when I was about 12 years old. I attended San Francisco State in 2015, and then I actually transferred to UC Berkeley, and I just graduated in December 2019. So I graduated with a degree in political science, and I am a product of Air Force ROTC. After I finish up this special duty assignment for this 1 year, I'll be serving as a force support personnelist. My counterpart working the chat box, Second Lieutenant David Cruz. He's actually from Boston, Massachusetts, and he graduated and got his degree and his commission from Penn State. So Air Force ROTC is one of 3 ways that you can commission into the United States Air Force, and it's actually one of 2 ways you can commission into the Space Force. So Air Force ROTC, the program isn't just located in one place, it's actually offered at over 1,100 schools across the nation. That's all the way from Hawaii, Alaska, and Puerto Rico. Another really cool thing is if you're not necessarily on track to go to a 4-year university, you can totally go to a community college and then later transfer to a 4-year university. A very brief overview, I like to use the word autonomy because Air Force ROTC offers students to still have a very traditional college life experience, meaning if you want to join other organizations, you want to pursue other internships or be involved with the school or Greek life, you can totally do that. It is a 3 to 5 year program, and in return, the minimum service requirement to do is a 4-year service commitment. So like the Air Force Academy, we have similar missions and focus. They're just taught at different capacities. So if you're interested in the Air Force Academy, I can totally put you on with contact information for them as well. A typical week in Air Force ROTC as a 1st year and 2nd year, you'll have 1 hour of academic instruction. You'll have 2 to 3 hours of PT, and then you'll have 2 hours of a leadership laboratory. You'll progress through between your summer of your sophomore year and your 3rd year through something called field training. And that's just an evaluation period to see your potential and your willingness to grow as a leader. In your 3rd year and 4th year, you'll have more leadership opportunities, and you'll have 3 hours of academic instruction, 2 to 3 hours of PT, and you'll have leadership laboratories where you do hands-on activities and be placed in, again, leadership opportunities. Scholarships. So Air Force ROTC offers 3 types of scholarships: Type 1, Type 2, and Type 3. A Type 1 is 100% tuition and fees at any university, public or private. Type 2, up to $18,000, any university. And then Type 7 is public for in-state colleges. Room and board fees are not covered. However, you do receive a competitive stipend. So for example, as a 1st year, you'll receive $300. And then as a senior, you'll receive $500. Our application window just opened up in June, and it does close in January. here's some basic requirements. You can also find this on FROTC.com, which is in the top left corner. You can totally take a picture of this. These scores and requirements are found online. And if, for example, you're a hardworking student, but maybe not highly academically achieving, we do have in-college scholarships available. Again, if you don't know what you want to do, it's totally okay. You can go through your first year and second year and be like, this is not for me, and you can peace out for free. We offer really cool professional development trainings, internships, and study abroad programs because it's these kind of opportunities that let you shadow former military personnel, doctors, scientists, physicists, and you get to be like, wow, this is something I totally want to do, or you'd be like, no, this is not for me. So we like to offer these professional development trainings and opportunities to our students. You can study abroad, do cultural immersion programs, and do base visits, all for free. A bunch of career opportunities. So if there's anything that you're interested in that you can think of, the Air Force probably has it. You can totally take a picture of this, or again, find all of our career opportunities on afrotc.com. So very quickly, again, my name is Second Lieutenant Macy Tycho Gonzalez. Here is my information. If you do have any more questions, you're also more than welcome to reach out to Second Lieutenant Cruz, who's based out of Los Angeles. And again, if you have any interest in the United States Air Force Academy, I can definitely put you in touch with the right people. Thanks so much for tuning in. And I know that was lots of information, but I hope it was meaningful and valuable to you guys. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much. And as I mentioned before, we were missing Army, so we're going to circle back up to the top of our schedule, and we're going to go speak with U.S. Coast Guard Academy. Gigi? All right, Gigi, where are my participants? Gigi, I think you're muted because I can't hear you right now. But we're still looking at the wrong screen.
Hello.
Hi. Yeah, we're still not seeing the right screen. Are you
You
able?
don't see this one?
We just see the Firefox one again. Are you able to close out of this one really quick? The stop share button at the top.
Stop share button. Hold on. So we'll try again. Pause, stop share. Okay.
Yeah.
Stop share. Okay. I pressed that.
So now at the bottom, when you hit the share screen button,
okay,
does it give you like a couple different screens that you can see, or is it just the screen, like the slides that you have?
I haven't had a chance. Doesn't say anything about slides.
It doesn't come up with like a few different screen options or anything?
No.
What do you see?
I just see on the very bottom, it says participants, question and answer, share screen, more.
Yeah, so hit the share screen button.
Okay.
And then when you hit that button, do you see any other options that pop up, like a couple different screens that you might have open on your end of things?
I have one that says, will you allow Strive Scans Zoom to see your screen? And I'm pressing allow and it's not doing anything.
You allow.
Will this work? Maybe this one's working.
There we go. Yep. Now, if you see Strive Scan 15, which is me, so now if you go over to your slides.
Okay. So I'll go to my slides. Can you see that now? Slides?
No.
Yes? No?
Don't see any slides.
Okay, hold on. Let me try it on through my email then. Okay. Can you see it on there?
Yeah, there we go. So if you just scroll through those, that's perfect.
Okay, I'll just have to do it that way.
Yep.
All right. Okay, here we go. Well, my name is Gigi Lee, and thank you very much for having me. I'm representing the Coast Guard Academy, and we're located in New London, Connecticut. Okay, as I scroll through here, there's a lot of information, so if I don't get through everything, please feel free to email me. And my email, which I guess I forgot to put on here, is gigilee1010@gmail.com. And the website to go on for the U.S. Coast Guard Academy is www.uscga.edu. Okay, just in case I don't finish this. I'm new at this, so I apologize. I just wanted to let you know that I am a parent as well as a volunteer admissions partner. My son was a graduate of 2016, and he graduated within 4 years without any debt, and he saved over $300,000 in college cost. So, yay. And also, he was guaranteed 5 years of a job right out of college. So we were really happy. Anyway, so the campus, as we said, is in New London, Connecticut. We have over 1,000 cadets there. And the ratio of teacher to students is, student to teacher would be 8-to-1. All right. And we are the smallest of the 5 federal military academies. And as the saying goes, good things come in small packages. We mainly do humanitarian missions. We are very competitive, just like the Army, the Navy, and the Air Force academies. But what stands us apart is that we do a lot of humanitarian missions. And upon graduation, you will be a commissioned officer of the United States Coast Guard, and will be ready to lead a team and manage resources. For us, you do not need to have a congressional letter. So that's a difference between the different academies. We have 11 statutory missions and 5 departments that cover those missions. We emphasize leadership, academics, as well as athletics. And for leadership, we want to build leaders of character. For more professional development, we use the Eagle as a broke training cutter, and we have lots of hands-on experience that the students will go through. And here's the little bit on the Eagle. All our academics are STEM focused and hands-on. We have 9 majors: civil engineering, electrical engineering, mechanical engineering, cyber systems, marine and environmental research, and computer analysis. And all these careers are then engulfed in these 5 departments. And the students get on-the-job training throughout the whole time they are at the academy, all 4 years. And not only are they scholars, they are athletes. You have to, be able to do well, and you need to be able to do all those duties, so you need to be physically fit, definitely. So sports, to have fun, as well as we have choir, band, theater, and such. It's an awesome small town university. As I said, there's only about 1,000 cadets. And so you get to know your classmates. You have up to about 255 classmates. And it's a very tight-knit group. They are all very helpful to each other. The critical dates are really important. Check on the website to see what you need to do. And if you're a junior, make sure you sign up for the STEM program that is a summer, 1 week long summer program. In terms of eligibilities, here's a bunch of items that you need to know. If you're not a U.S. citizen, you can apply as an international cadet, and you can read these other information as well. Another thing is you need to be, of course, a high school graduate or have a GED. You need an SAT or ACT scores. You do not need a congressional nomination. And for you students, it'd be good to have at least 3 years of lab science, 4 years of math and English. And for the class of 2024, here's the stats. And what I like especially to see is that we have 38% females, 36% minorities, and it just makes a great diverse group. And they are, the Coast Guard Academy is the most diverse of all the military academies. Don't forget to do well in your do well and have a good GPA, have good SAT scores, ACT scores, and participate in sports. Also, many of the students graduate with engineering, math, as well, or science degrees. And then the acceptance rate is about 19%. So just little bragging things. We are at the top, among the top 15 engineering schools in the nation. We are free. There is no tuition. And plus you get a stipend. You have 100% job placement with a guaranteed position of a leadership position upon graduation. All right. And let's see. Another cool thing I think is that you have the opportunity to get into flight school right after graduation. There are a lot of
Sorry,
careers.
Gigi, I do need to cut you off just to be fair to everybody else.
No
But
problem. Thank you. I just want to thank everybody and just start ahead if you're going to apply. We'd love to have you. Thank you very much.
Great, thank you. So to our participants who are still here, I want to thank you guys for joining us today. It means a lot that you took some time to come and hear from these great universities and programs as well. Sorry, I'm just trying to drag my notes over. So I do want to say we do have about 10-ish minutes left. So if you have any questions, feel free to throw them in the Q&A section right now. Because there's a little bit of time, we will allow the reps to just kind of speak the answers out loud. Just if they can keep it quick so everybody can be fair and we can keep the flow of everything. But if you did want to head out, thank you again for joining us. When you close this window, there'll be a link to a very quick survey. If you wouldn't mind filling that out, we'd appreciate any feedback that you have. And there are another hour of sessions after this, so feel free to sign up for any additional ones. And in about a week, you'll be able to find this recording online at the same place that you signed up, as well as any recordings from other sessions that you might have wanted to go to. Thank you again. Hi there, whoever asked the question. Not sure who that was, what school that was directed to. If you wanted, if it was to all of them or if it was a specific one. If you just want to put another Q&A in there, what school you were directing that towards about STEM programs. Looks like that question was directed was directed to the Coast Guard Academy. All right, so again, we have about 5 or so minutes for questions. If you guys do have any, feel free to put them in the Q&A chat feature. If not, you got the contact info for everybody, and the session will be available online in about a week if you did miss them. So feel free to throw any more questions in there, and we will be here for you. And if you did want to just head out, there is a leave or end button in the bottom right corner of your screen. You can click that to go check out another session. Alrighty, panelists, it is, or reps, I should say, it's just us. So I'm going to go ahead and end this meeting, and the recording will be online soon for you guys. But thanks for joining us today. Hope it went well, and hope you got to answer some questions. Bye, guys. Thanks again.
Thank you. Bye.